Hello, how is everybody doing? This is Carlos Reyes, and I'm your host here for Marin Jazz Speaks. And I'm so excited to bring this program to you. We're going to start the season. But first, I got to tell you a little bit something. Marin Jazz Performing Arts for Kids After School program. This is what this is all about. And so our buddy Todd, who put this whole concept together, has put a concert series in Marin. It is going to be at 10 Avenue of the Flags at Showcase Theater. Has a full bar. You'll have a great time, and everything is right behind the Marin Civic Center. And to kick off our 24th season, we have my good friend, a legend, the one and only Mr. Tito Puente Jr. Tito, are you there? All right.
Yes, Carlos. Thank you, Carlos, for having me on the show. I appreciate it. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a ti, mi amigo. Hey, man, I am so excited that you're going to be part of this whole thing. I'm sure, let's get the elephant out of the room, and your dad, el maestro, the grande, Tito
The king.
Puentes himself. But you yourself, there he is, el maestro, yes, the king of the timbaleros. And
Yes.
thanks to him, in this country, he helped bring Latin music out. He's up there with the great Perez Prado and all those people. And he launched so many great musicians, some of them here in the Bay Area. And now you, of your own heart, espíritu, bringing out the music.
What can I say? Growing up being his son, traveling around the world with him, experiencing a genius, a creative person. He passed away 24 years ago. We're celebrating his 100th centennial. He would have been 100 years old this year.
Wow.
And there's so many great things to celebrate about Tito Puente, especially during Hispanic Heritage Month. And I'm looking forward to kicking off the season with you guys,
Oh, yeah.
with the music of my father. So it's really amazing to have that generational, incredible icon to follow. Big footsteps, I got to tell you that, and
So
big shoes to
now when
fill.
you play, do
Yeah.
you go more for a trap set vibe or the timbal vibe or just the singing, or where's your the point where you anchor onto?
I think I anchor onto the nostalgic style of playing of like my father, and of course the timbales. The timbales are front and center. He
Hmm.
was one of the first and pioneering bringing the drums to the front of the orchestra. Of course, that was unheard of back in the 1940s and 50s. The drummer was always in the back. We all
Uh,
know that,
and also
and
using
he brought.
four timbals.
That's right. That's right. He was so skilled as a professional timbal player that Machito in his Afro-Cuban All-Star said, "Hey, you got to put that little kid Tito in the front of the banco. He very good."
Machito is another pioneer. What things have pushed you to incorporate? Because you have a little bit of both. You have the Latino side, and you have a little bit of that smack it, lay it down kind of side. And especially when you get grooving. I noticed when I watched you play, we did a couple of festivals in Europe where you were on one day, I was there, and your arms, the way they go up, they remind me so much of your dad and
Yeah.
all that. But what is it that when you write a tune that you incorporate, what's the drive for writing tunes for you?
I think a lot of it has to do with the feel of the music. That's how Tito Puente presented his music. And every time I perform my father's music, I try to give it the authenticity of what he wanted to present to the audience. So I've
Sure.
been bridging the new generation of Hispanic musicians and Latin Afro-Cuban musicians and fans, for that matter, and dancers as well, to what Tito Puente, displayed in 1999, 2000, before his untimely passing. And the kids today, let's say an 18 or 19-year-old, never got to see Tito Puente live or in concert or experience that. So I'm trying to bridge those two generations together
Well,
so
you've
that way they
you've
can kind
done
of
a
understand.
great job of presenting the legacy of Papa, your own way of doing it. You're putting
Mhm.
your twist on it, but also giving people an education. Because
Yeah,
like I tell my kids that I work with and stuff, if you don't know where you came from, you don't
mhm.
know what the past was of your music, you're not gonna know where you're gonna go now.
That's
And if you
right.
don't know where you are now, you're not going to know what to do in the future and where to go.
Correct.
And you've done a good job of keeping the Latinada with
Correct.
a new twist and all that. Um,
Yeah.
what do you got? What do you got planned for the Marin show?
Wow, I got so much planned for the Marin show. I was just talking to my musical director about it, and we said, hey, we should do something special and this and that. So we got some cool songs. I got some Latin jazz numbers I'm going to pull out, but I'm going to try to keep it more authentic to the music of my late father, Tito Puente. Those great hits like Ran Can Can and Mambo Gosong. Of course, the great Oye Como Va, the song that
Sure,
keeps
the
on giving.
original.
Yeah, the original composed in 1963. It's over 60 years old. We'll be
Yeah.
celebrating the 75th anniversary of Gran Can Can, one of those popular songs written in 1949. So I encourage everybody to bring dancing shoes to this to the Marin Jazz event, and I'm looking forward to just celebrating. Of course, I'll tell you more about it, the history of mambo and Latin jazz, and I'll give you the authentic stories of the songs that we'll be performing, when they were composed, how
Great.
they were written, and you're going to get an educational experience.
We're going to have a great time, and that's the beginning. So if it's starting here, imagine what the rest of the season is going to be like. Thank you very much for watching our show, Marin Jazz Speaks. My name is Carlos Reyes. Between now and when the show starts, the excitement is going to explode. Thank you much. Have a great one. My name's Carlos Reyes. Adios.